What's up, low lives? It's your boy Rhino back again with a fucking excellent episode of the Low Life Podcast. With me, as always, my boy Danny Panhead.
Hey, y'all, darn. Check out the new MC Shop tee, dude.
Who is it?
Renegade Cycles. Fuck yeah, it's fucking sick. Artwork done by Nick Resty. Fuck
That's
yeah.
sick as fuck, dude. I haven't.
Fucking right. Literally just opened it.
Yeah, I think I got a notification that's in my mailbox. I only go to my mailbox every couple of weeks.
Yeah, right.
It's a quarter mile
for your
up the
MC
road.
Shop tee. Yeah, fuck that, dude.
So, and it's just filled usually with bills.
Yeah, exactly. That mailbox is scary nowadays.
See, I don't even read bills. I'm like, everything's online. Who's fucking reading paper bills?
Right in the trash.
Yeah. I forget who. I think it was my mom, like, saw me throw out, like, it's like Eversource bill, fucking this bill, that bill. She's like, what are you doing without opening it? And I'm like, dude, why are they sending me big packets of paper through the mail?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I said this was going to be a good episode, not bitch about Rhino's mail episode. All right. This isn't Rhino's mailbag episode.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. If you guys want, you can always just send me an email. Rhino at thelowlifepodcast.com, and I'll read it on air for that segment nobody likes except for me. Rhino's mailbag. I just like the graphic.
I gotta fix my fucking ring light. My shit just fell.
Yeah, you look like this ain't a spooky episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say it got creepy all of a sudden.
Yeah. So I'll just, before we get into Chopper Confessions, which, by the way, you guys blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
That was sick. We didn't know what to expect, but it looks like it might be a reoccurring segment if this goes well. If you guys like it, let us know. Before we start, just wanted to do a couple of shout outs, couple of fucking updates, couple of fucking show announcements and all that shit. As you're listening to this, the most important thing in everybody's life right now is the Idle Hand Show. Submissions are closing Monday or Tuesday, September 1st at midnight. All right. As you're hearing this, we have over 100 people. I'm sure of it. I haven't even posted some that came in today, but we were at like 90 something. So I told Dan at the beginning of this whole thing, I said, hey, dude, if we don't get to 100, I'm hanging myself with an electrical cord in my closet while jerking off. And it looks like I'm not going to have to do that, die of autoerotic asphyxiation, because it looks like we're going to get 100. So thank you, everybody who's submitted their projects. It's looking pretty cool, dude. We got a lot of cool people, a lot of cool projects from, at last count, and it's going to change, guys, 31 states. We got people from 31 states. New York and Ohio, dude, coming in hard. All right?
Yeah.
Coming in hard. I think they're tied right now. I think they both have like 7 or 8 builders in this. New Hampshire is at the top, of course. You know, we got a rep, home field advantage. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, we got 100 people in this motherfucker, and we're gonna have some updates on the timeline as soon as submissions close. I'm gonna post a little something on the website. I'm gonna post a little something on IG. Of course, we're gonna talk about it here on the Low Life Podcast every week. But stay tuned. It's gonna be a wild fucking year, guys. I'm so stoked. So the other thing, just a quick recap, because it was last Friday, right? We had a couple of shows we went to. So I wanted to, we had the Seacoast, King of the Seacoast build off, culminated in a bike night last Friday. Congratulations to Joey Banana.
Mm-hmm.
He had that old police bike, all fucking spiffy as a motherfucker, dude. Brandon crushed it on his build. He had all sorts of cool shit on that thing, dude. We actually had to go up to him and be like, what the fuck is that? Like, it was an alien contraption. It was really cool. And then my bike, which actually got very favorable reviews. It definitely turned out better than I thought. And thanks again to my boy, Danny, for painting it, because it's definitely the best part of that bike. Definitely the best part.
That thing came out fucking tough, like for real. It came out really good
on me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
NGL.
for sure.
You know, once it all came together, I'm like, I'd whip that.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested, though, it is for sale, and I will let it go mad cheap. It's an '05 twin cam with like 1,000 miles on it. Brand new ignition system. Brand new No Luck Paintworks fucking flame job on it. Has bayonet sissy bar. If you're interested, hit me up. I'm letting it go for a song and a dance. Well, something reasonable. But I'd rather give it to a low-life listener than a motherfucking asshole in Facebook Marketplace. Dealing with that shit is gonna suck. So, anyways, I just need the room in my garage, dude. So you can have it if you want it. Shout out to fucking Muzzy the motherfucking Wop. He had Ferris Fair motorcycle show was fucking Saturday. Yeah, it was on Saturday.
Yep.
The bike night was on Friday. Then we went over to Portsmouth, Liar's Bench Brewing, which I had been to before. I found out.
Really?
Yeah, dude, there was when I first got into choppers and I knew nobody, I saw that there was a custom bike show. I don't know if it was Liar's Bench or what it was. I think it was a different place, but it was definitely that place. And I talked to Muzzy, and he was the one that like put it on all those years ago. He's been doing this shit for forever, dude. But I remember I went to this bike show, and it was like there was fucking scooters, there was fucking Yamahas, there was fucking all sorts of custom shit, and same with last Saturday. But shout out to Muzzy in Liar's Bench. It was super cool. We went there. Brought the pups. Love it when you can bring your pups.
Yeah, dude.
And we cooled out over there. We got to see there was a dope ass fucking panhead chopper. Actually, one of the Idle Hands builders was at that show, and we talked to him a bit about getting him in the show. But yeah, he has a cool ass panhead. And then
that panhead won. That panhead won People's Choice too.
Yeah. As it should have. Yep. It was definitely fucking lots of cool shit on it. Badass panhead. It's like it was like a murdered out Captain America bike was the theme.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. Even the tank, it had the ovate tank, and it had the stars and stripes on it, but it was gloss black with matte black stars and stripes. So it was like, it was just a murdered out.
Yeah. It was
version.
cool.
It was pretty cool. Yeah.
One thing, I stayed there until, and I'm not going to, this is really, dude, this would like almost ruin my whole weekend. Like little things like this really piss me off. So you left and I was heading out. Actually, no, it was before you left. So I had, shout out Liar's Bench, dude. They were making badass margaritas. They were like carbonated. They put like a CO2 in them or whatever. So I was murdering some margs, dude. And they were really good, but they're like $12 a piece, dude. I mean, it's like a boutique fucking cocktail or whatever. So I had my dogs, and we're in the parking lot. We're looking at the bikes, and the dogs are looking like they're going to piss on someone's bike. So I'm like, I'm going to walk. There's like a little patch of grass over here. I'm going to walk them over there. And I'm walking over, and see, I'm a good citizen. All right. I'm a nice alcoholic. All right. I'm very courteous. I go, hey, I'm not going to take my booze, my tequila, and start walking around Portsmouth off the grounds of Liar's Bench. Because then the venue is going to get in trouble. So I put my fucking cup down right before you walk out. There was like a little tiny trash can sitting there. And I put it right there next to the trash can. And I took 2 steps, dude, to this little grassy area so my dogs could piss. And I see this girl that's working the front speed walking towards me, and she picks up my cup that's on the ground, and I didn't know what was going on at this point. I thought she was going to be like, put it on the table, like you don't have to leave it on the ground, she just takes it, dude, the thing's full, and she just dumps the whole thing in the trash. And I'm just like,
you froze for a second there. I missed this. Her speed walking is all I heard.
She's speed walking toward me. And I'm looking at her, and I thought she was going to say something like, you don't have to put that on the ground or whatever, or like be cool. She just picks it up and dumps the entire full thing into the trash can.
What?
Like, I'm obviously I'm not going anywhere. I wasn't littering. Dude, I didn't even know what to say. I was like, I was just like, what the fuck? But the thing that I don't care about the drink. The thing that bothers me is that she thought I was an asshole for like littering or something.
Yeah.
Like she had the whole situation wrong, and she'll never know. And I didn't even correct her. I was just like, at first I was just like, I didn't even know what to do. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Just threw away my fucking $12 drink.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna let this one slide. I was so pissed, dude. I was like, I'm not gonna. It's probably one of Muzzy's friends. She probably misread the fucking thing. I didn't want to be an asshole, so I was just like, I gotta get out of here though. So I did leave immediately after that because I didn't want to get into a shouting match with this lady who's probably very nice, but boy, did that piss me off, dude. For the next day, I was just like, she has no idea how fucking wrong she was to do that. Anyways, it was a fun event, and I would definitely go back.
Mhm.
I'm just not gonna put my drink down.
Yeah, very cool spot. It was really cool. Nice tucked away. It wasn't like, I thought it was like downtown. So I was a little anxiety about that.
Cool, dude. They got like a garden out back. You can just chill in and fucking
dunk tank and games.
Yeah, they had the dunk tank and dropped some money over at Drift. They had they were doing like they were like doing live sewings of patches and shit. You could just like take your shirt and your jacket off, and they'll put a motorcycle patch on it. They're sick.
No shit, I missed that. That's cool.
So, and then bought a hoodie with a lobster smoking a butt. That was pretty cool. They had some cool shit. So, anyways, it was a great weekend full of motorcycles. And then shout out, looked like fucking Deadbeat was Bash. So all the fucking regulars, the characters were there. You know, Jesse was there. Crazy Shades for You, aka Crazy Dave. Looked like a fun time. I'm so sad I missed it. So
for sure, it looked like a really good time.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's always a good time. So I mean, you can't not have a good time when you're just partying your ass off in the Catskills with a bunch of bikes. So all right. I think we can move on. I think we should move on because we got like fucking so many comments on this fucking Chopper confessional. I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm going to use AI for some thumbnails sometimes, guys. I don't give a fuck. If you're butthurt about it or whatever, then I will come to you every time I need a graphic or something made. And you have to make it like that because I need it like immediately, okay? I do this show every week, all right? I'm not putting it on merch. I'm not doing it for my fucking show flyers and shit, but I'm going to use it for a fucking thumbnail every once in a while. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. And
slide in them DMs and tell me why I'm wrong.
Totally transparent. I completely agree with Rhino on this one. We had a little conversation the other day, and as far as art, merchandise, official flyers, shit like that, anything that you could possibly make money off of or anything like that, like absolutely not. We will not use AI for that shit. But you have to remember, this dude and Lexi have to edit this shit and have to have some sort of thumbnail or whatever every week so that you guys can see it on Instagram and comment on it. It's literally just a placeholder for the fucking week's episode and a bunch of comments. If you think we have the money and or the support of artists enough to make a fucking hand-drawn synopsis photo of our fucking episodes every week, you're high as a fucking kite. So and not for nothing, I told Rhino this earlier. I personally think like the Chopper Confessions fucking like the actual picture. I couldn't have drawn that. I don't know anybody who could that would have drawn just that. And I think it's sick. I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's funny.
It like for that. Yeah, it's funny. It's fucking engaging. It's fucking quick. We don't have to pay somebody to, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying I'm unhappy to pay, but this is an every single fucking week thing. And we need like a picture. So
if you're
as far as that's concerned, fuck off.
The more I see the AI hate, the more I'm just thinking motherfuckers are haters and shit. Like I've been giving it I give things a lot of thought. All right. I don't just knee jerk and be like make an opinion and have very strong opinions. And I'm also always open that I might be wrong. And I've changed my mind a million times about things. You know, I used to be choppers have to be hardtailed. Now swing arms and fucking mini bikes can be choppers. I don't give a shit. You know? So I'm open to suggestions, but I'm starting to feel more and more like it's just internet trolls. Dudes that are just like, they don't give anything any thought. Like, you know, I see my friends and stuff and people that I respect and people that are doing cool shit, like putting on motorcycle shows or putting on campouts. They're getting hate on their fucking posts for using AI. It's just like, hey, internet trolls. You know what I hate worse than AI? Internet trolls. Shut the fuck up, dude. You don't know everything. Yeah. Like your opinion isn't scripture, okay? Just chill the fuck out. This is what the message is. Chill the fuck out. Have fun, dude. It's Instagram for fuck's sake, you know? It's a little girl's social media platform. And you get on there and you puff up your chest and shit. Shut the fuck up and have fun. Build choppers, be around motorcycles, drink some beers, fucking smoke a joint. Don't go on the internet and troll people, you fucking asshole. Anyways, that's the last thing I'm going to say about AI. All right, let's get into these confessions because we got some juicy ones. We got a lot of them. I don't think we're going to get through them all, but I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as possible so we can get the most out of it. So we're not going to have a lot of time to get through them on each topic, but there's some of them that will have to be addressed. Okay?
Absolutely. We got to, we can't just glance over them. We got to talk about some of this shit for sure.
All right, so let's just kick it off with the underdog. I believe it's possible to build a chopper with a swing arm. Whether I'll be able to pull it off is another story. Also, I think tank lifts are cool. This one I flagged just because I put tank lifts on that Harley bike.
Okay, did you use a tank lift? Technically, you lifted the tank, but what you did was adjusted your mounting bracket to fit because those tanks didn't come on that bike. So you had to adjust the angle of the dangle to match the mass of the ass. You didn't tank lift. When I think tank lift, I think you went on Dennis Kirk or fucking JP Cycles and bought the tank lift, which is another bracket that fucking bolts into your stock Sportster shit, and it takes your regular sporty tank and lifts it up a couple. Fuck that gay shit. I hate that shit.
That's a good distinction. I made my own tank lift. I made brackets to lift the front of the tank because it looked bad where it was sitting, where I made the bungs, and it was the day before. It was the day of the show. I made the tank lifts and lifted the tank. So lifting the tank is fine. I also believe that you can have a chopper with a swing arm.
100% 100%. I've said on this podcast many times, having had built both of them, a swing arm chopper is more difficult to build, especially 100%. As like a regular ass home gamer, like for sure. You have to figure out the geometry, the fender.
Struts in it, but like, right. I did that because it was easier than having it swing arm.
Exactly.
Honestly.
That's what I'm saying. To do a piece of rigid strut or whatever is easier than it is because you have to account for the movement and everything else of the swing arm. It's more difficult.
On my Softail, my Softail's still soft, and it was a pain in the ass to figure it out. And by the way, my Zissy bar smacks me in the back, like when I go over big enough bumps.
The bottom of your fender kind of digs a little bit too, if I remember right. Just because it's you always have that nice squatty stance. But yeah, man, for sure.
I agree. I don't think that's a sin. I think that back to the just like having really strong opinions on shit is fucking lame, dude. You should be open to the possibility that you might be wrong. Maybe you don't have it all figured out. Just live your life like that with just that little voice in the back of your head being like, could be wrong about this, you know? Because life is very nuanced, all right, guys? All right. Esposetta had the whole motor apart and didn't do valve guides. Rookie move. Learn the hard way. That's the best way to learn. You ain't going to forget next time. I probably would have done the same exact thing.
I was just going to say, especially if it was like one of my first times ever opening up an engine, the first time I opened up a Sportster engine, I didn't even know to look for valve guides. So
I didn't even think of valve guides. Yeah. And I haven't thought of them since. All right. Dennis Hedges. I was pulling apart the primary to fix a transmission main shaft seal leak and brain farted on how to take the starter out. I phoned a friend and then we both laughed about it. Damn, I'm getting old.
That's just that sounds to me like a brain fart. You know what I mean? Like we've talked about this where you go about a year or so. Like if you build like we do, you do about a bike a year. So you get to the point where you're like, it's just about riding season. You're doing wiring and you're doing shit like that. And you're doing your primary and whatever else. And you're setting your fucking belt tension and you're doing your ignition timing and all that stuff. That's all stuff that like while you're doing it, it's all fresh. But for me, like, okay, bike runs, have a whole summer on the bike, blah, 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 get into the next bike. And then by the time I'm back to doing the wiring and shit, I'm like, how the fuck did that go again? I don't remember. So it's like, I totally get it. At least you phoned a friend and, you know, you didn't make a Facebook post about it and have everybody make fun of you.
Doing stupid shit. Like, I envy dudes that, like, throw shit together really quick and everything comes out clean. Because I fuck stuff up all the time, dude. And, like, just yesterday, I put on my axle adjuster. I welded the nuts on for my axle adjusters because my hardtail didn't have those. So I welded them on. with the bolts all lined up. I made sure the bolts lined up and the axle was straight and it's going to work and all that. What I didn't account for was the fact that the bolts I had were too short, so they were flush up against the axle plate. So I welded on these fucking adjuster nuts, and I was like, I'm just going to tack them in place and then back these fucking things out. But then I was like, while I have it here, I'm just going to send the whole bead. So I just put it on, and then I was like, this stainless steel axle adjuster bolt that I have in here, I no longer can get off. So all day today, you know what I did? Well, I worked, but in between, I ran downstairs and I cut off the bolt heads. And of course, you can't spin them out. Once you have a bolt threaded in to I'm using these stainless steel couplers, they move and shit. They don't just come out easy, So this fucking thing was probably welded in there. I had to drill through stainless steel and then retap the fucking coupler.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, it took me drilling through stainless steel fucking sucks. And as soon as I did it, I was like, dude, I should just hang it up. I'm fucking so retarded.
Fuck.
That's so stupid. That's such a stupid thing to do. And it took so long to fix it.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, that's a rare one. And not for nothing, that's uncharacteristic, because usually you would have stopped at tack and not through welded it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I sent it both sides.
You just finished a bike last fucking week. And now you have this thing, which is your fucking dream bike waiting in the wings and has to be done in Glory Days is in what, 23 days or some shit. So yeah, I know.
Brother, I gotta say too, I started working on I cleaned up the garage a bit so I can actually walk around. So it took some time to clean up the garage. World of difference. Still a trash heap, but way better than before. But working on a shovel head again is just dude, it's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be working on this bike again. I feel so I thought I was gonna be fuck, I gotta work. Dude, I'm so stoked on this build that I'm just I'm not even worried about it. I'm dude, the stoke.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, keep the stoke high and you can meet any deadline, it's not slogging through it. It's I can't wait to weld this, foot control tab on, or, these fucking axle adjuster nuts. It's fun again. So
yeah, for sure. Enjoy that.
Sucked though. I was fucking with the axle and all that spacing and shit. And I'm on the back of the bike, trying to get it centered. And my sissy bar was barely, I took the fender off and it's barely tightened in. And that sissy bar came down, dude. I have that fucking devil's spade tail and it went down it fell right into my spinal cord.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cause I was bent down like this, working on something and it just went boom. That fucking sucked. But
yeah, I fucking bet.
I wasn't even mad because I was I love you, bike. That sissy bar's sick.
It really is, dude. That's your magnum opus as far as a fabricated piece. I truly, that thing came out so fucking sick.
The Niner, an Idle Hands tie-in here. The Niner, I fried my coil warming up my bike during Idle Hands Kickstart competition. It didn't start again until I got home. It was a brand new coil. Ouch. That sucks.
Ouch, indeed. Yep.
Last year's Berettas. I like my twin cam Softail a million times more than my hardtail Sporty. These days, I can feel you have to be more of a man to ride a twin cam than a Sporty. It can feel like you have to. Yeah. Okay. You like what you like. The heart wants what the heart wants, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have the, whenever I ride something that when I ride my Softail, or if I used to ride bikes that still had suspension on them. I don't like it. I like riding my chopper more, and that's why I can't wait to have another hardtail chopper because I got rid of all mine. So, but yeah, dude, fuck it. If you have fun on if you have fun on a twin cam, have fun on a twin cam. And if you're looking for another one, mine's for sale. Ooh, one-way cycles. I secretly critique every bike I see, even my own, and I will tell you what I think if you ask about mine or yours. One of my favorite moments was when someone did it to me. He said, I love your bike, but I hate that tank. I don't find it disrespectful. I'm judgmental. Funny, I named my bike for my Idle Hands build. Judgmental. Okay. Yeah, I guess he can dish it out and he can take it.
Yeah, for sure.
At least,
absolutely.
He's being honest.
Yeah. I mean, I think all of us, I think it would be folly to say that you don't secretly judge bikes when you're looking at them. But I feel like judge and study are two different. You know what I mean? Like often I'm more studying, I would say, than judging. Like I feel like in judgment, there's comparison. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at something going, I could have done that better. I don't like that. I could have done it better. That I feel like is judgment. And sometimes, yeah, for sure. I feel that, when I see something where I'm like, I probably could have done that a little bit better. You know what I mean? Maybe some paint job stuff, maybe, whatever.
When it has like a wacky stance, like I just go, why didn't you do something different, or whatever? Yeah. But it's not my fucking bike. So it is what, enjoy your bike the way that, at your current, here's the thing too. It's like at your current level, you know what I mean? Like I was putting out straight trash, dude, for years. Mm. You know what I mean? Straight trash. But you skill up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even my bikes now, I don't think they're the fucking shit. I wanted to mention this too. It's just I was thinking about it today. I'm like, if anybody thinks I'm like an authority on choppers and shit, I am definitely not. Me and Dan are just regular dudes that love choppers. And this podcast kind of shoehorned its way into our life. But like we're not at the level of the people we really respect. So,
and that's why we do the things the way that we do them. We're not sitting here like we'll do a how to build a chopper, but we specify this is how we build a chopper. This is how he and I either figured it out or learned from somebody who actually knows what the fuck is going on and is a real builder. But that's also why we lean so heavily on like our judges for Idle Hands, between fucking Big Truth and John and now Haley and Dustin. You know what I mean? Like we defer to the people who are the experts.
Yeah,
we are not trying to be them.
Nasty dunk, bro.
Fuck no. Nope. I'm fucking retarded, kid.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here, man.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
I like that.
100%.
Dustin Slow. I like this one a lot. Telling the wife I'm just going to be out for 2 or 3 beers with the boys, but we know how chopper math adds up to 6 or 8. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There was a time in my life right before No Luck came to existence where I was having bike nights every single Friday in my garage here. And I would say we actually touched bikes like, I don't know, a few times. It always ended up just being, that's what I tell, the wife and myself that, no, the boys are coming over. Yeah, all the boys are coming over. We get some work done. We're going to work on Joel's bike today. We're going to work on Colin's. We're going to work on mine, whatever. And literally, like, there's not even like 15 minutes worth of that happening. It's like we all get there and it's like, where's CeeLo? Where's Stump Game? Where's fucking whatever? You know what I mean?
Let's smoke 2 packs of cigarettes and drink as many beers and
100%. And then destroy my garage door and fucking mosh pits at 3 a.m. and fucking throwing hot dogs at cops and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, It always ended up a shit show. It never ended up working on bikes. So I totally get it.
I think that's great. I love it. I'll drink 2 or 3 beers on my way to the function, bro. I'm about an hour out from everybody, out here in the sticks. Yeah, dude, I drink 2 beers on the way in the car.
That, not for nothing. I know that, maybe we're not being super honest with everybody when we do shit like that, but that's my favorite, dude. Going out, like having the boys over, and whether or not you get work done on the bike, like, yeah, it's great when you actually get work done because you have more hands. But even most of the time it ends up being like the boys are coming over to work on the bike and everybody's looking at where I'm at so far on the bike. And then we're talking about that. And now we're talking about what's next. Lots of that. Yeah. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, that is as helpful as, hey guys, grab a fucking cylinder. We're going to put this engine in real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. Is sometimes you just need to run shit by people, like sometimes it's just good. It's just good to talk to, because like we've said before, dude, like 99% of the time, it's been my experience. You're alone in your garage when you're getting this shit done,
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to have a homie come over or a few and just be like, tell them what you're stuck on and they'll give you some suggestions, Maybe you're lucky and one of your homies is actually good at building bikes and they actually have good suggestions,
Yeah.
I have plenty of bad ones.
I make a point, and I always bug you about it every time I'm doing a build, but I make a point of like telling my homies too, like when we're in a build, every once in a while, it's like, I'll just hit Rhino up and be like, yo, you want to just come walk a couple laps around the bike with me real quick? And we'll, you know what I mean? We can just spitball. And that really helps me. That really, really does help me. Because for one, he's going to, this goes back to, I know people probably think I'm being a little hypocritical here because I always say, don't listen to other people's opinions. Listen to, like I always do say, listen to the opinions of people from whom you want opinions. I want Rhino's opinion. So I'm going to call him and be like, hey, this is where I'm at. I've been working in my own little fucking vacuum bubble here in my little garage with just my ideas. You know what I mean? You want to come do a couple laps. And then usually when we do a couple laps, I mean, we literally are just walking around the fucking bike. All sorts of shit comes to light. Shit that you'd forgotten, or shit that, you know, you come up with a cool idea.
Or you have
whatever.
Or you have 5 different ways to doing something. You know, like, where am I going to mount my oil filter? You know, it's like, I just think it here, or here. And it's like, I like it there. You know, decision made. Now I can actually do it.
Exactly. Right. For sure. Yeah. And because you're asking for someone's opinion who you want their opinion from, you respect their opinion, it's also validating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you're like, I think I'm going to do my taillights this way. I think I'm going to, like I did the twin, you know, the stocks on the struts or whatever, and did the bulb prism lights on top. At first I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like that or not. And again, you're just working in your own little vacuum. So you're like, it's my idea. The idea is there. I have welder in hand, make idea come to life. So it's good when Rhino's like, dude, that looks awesome. I like that. I really do. Because I know he'd be like, it's a little goofy.
Yeah,
you know,
or like you do something, you're like, is this, you know, with the lights, you're like, did that look weird? And it's like, yeah, you just drop that one down. It's worth the smoke, you know? But another practical reason to have your homies over is it's a great way to get some free parts. You know, like, you need a throttle cable, you know, or you need a throttle tube, or I got a 18-inch rear, fucking that would look perfect on this, you know? Or you're at someone's garage and they're like, yeah, I bought this, I'm not going to use it. You need a light, you know, fucking type of shit.
100%.
I like that one. All right. Hunt CPC. My first big build was an Ironhead stroker, lasted 800 miles. Education is expensive. That's why I didn't go to college, homie. 800 miles is not a lot.
That's fucking an Ironhead stroker as your first build. That's, talk about trial by fire, man. Fucking A. And 800 miles. Yeah, for a newbie, that's impressive. So,
I'm that's digging those older Ironheads, like the late 60s lately. I've been looking at a lot of those, licking my lips. That's a good era. I'm real torn between an Ironhead, but I really think I want to do a metric bike, like just for funsies, in lieu of having an actual build. Yeah,
just for funsies to keep my hands busy. I think I might find some little metric, but I have been considering an Ironhead. I've never owned my own. I've had an Ironhead here and I've worked on them, but I've never owned an Ironhead. It's like,
my first bike, Harley, was a 1980 Ironhead, and I've never looked back. I've been like, all right, I'm a Harley guy now, you know?
Yeah, right.
And that
fortunately,
sick, dude, until I fucked it up.
Fortunately, I did have people around me that knew better and that were like, you get an Evolution Sportster before you get an Ironhead Sportster.
I was running that thing stock, dude, and I was riding the shit out of it, and it was fucking bulletproof, dude. It was actually really great. And then I was like, I'm going to chop it. And then I fucked it up, dude, and I ended up selling it because I was like, I got in way too deep. But that was the first bike frame that I cut, you know? First hardtail that I bought and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey Vesely. Oh, by the way, guys, you can DM and be anonymous, but you guys don't give a fuck. I was surprised, dude. They're just like, no shame. I love it.
Yeah.
I plasti dipped a rear fender on my Ironhead. Nobody noticed for 2 years. Yeah, dude. I had a homeboy that did his whole bike in plasti dip, and the first time he took it out on a dirt road, that thing looked like fucking shit, dude. That is like that's so bush league, dude. Plasti dip to murder out your bike. Dip.
I have to say, if you're gonna, that you have the wrong intentions already. But
dude, right over the bolts and the fucking fork legs and shit.
Awful, fucking horrendous. But if you're going to plasti dip something, I see now, even as a painter, I see the benefit in if you have a fucking mile muncher and you don't give a fuck what it looks like. I see the appeal in like rattle canning your frame and rattle canning your tints. Cause it's like if a fucking tab breaks or whatever, I just got to sand it off and fucking weld it and then spray some more on. I do get that. So if I had to plasti dip something, I think the rear fender is probably the only thing. because you're not really, other than like chain grease maybe, which chain grease isn't going to like melt paint off, but gasoline will eat that shit right off. So as long as you're not doing your gas tank and you do your rear fender, fuck it, who cares?
Fuck it.
And nobody noticed, so good on you.
We got a good one from Fish Tank Whiskey. This one is deep, bro. And I think I think this is actually going to be cathartic for him. I think this is going to heal him, okay? Because, and we haven't been doing this, but we should. You guys are absolved of your sins. Once you confess, you're absolved of your sins. We are the clergy. This is the low-life cult, okay? And we are your messiahs. So we are forgiving you for these sins.
Yeah. You have to do you have to do 2 shots of Malört for your penance, and you have to read the fucking Our Father, the cross put in the fucking comments.
That's a good one. Yeah, 2 shots of
That's
Malört.
your penance.
That's your penance.
Yeah. Say 2 Our Fathers.
All right, so Fish Tank Whiskey got 2 confessions. The shovel head I had on loan to the Courier Museum had no voltage regulator. I was pressed for time. Didn't need to run for the gallery, so I said, fuck it, but it's been eating me up inside. See, that shows that you have integrity, my man.
Yeah.
But it's in a museum. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And it was there for fucking months, and it never needed to run. So you take 2 shots of Malört, call me in the morning.
Yeah. Not for nothing, too. Just to put it out there, Fish isn't shy about that either. Like, Fish mentioned that to me, you know, when all this stuff was going on or whatever, and the shovel got there. He's not like hiding shit from nobody. He's not like, you know what I mean, trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. He's just, as you could tell, he said it with his whole fucking Instagram name. You know what I mean? So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, dude, like I use that as an example when we were talking about that. If your shit's going in a museum, that's different. If your shit's going to a bike show, a motorcycle show, it should function as a motorcycle.
And
but if you're going in a museum,
be telling people. You know what I mean?
Right. At least be upfront. Be upfront. I understand that there are scenarios where, dude, I'm 99% done. The only thing it doesn't have is the fucking ground wire. Like, A, shame on you, make a ground wire real quick. But B, I get it. Shit happens. You know,
if
whatever.
you can't get it to run, that's different. But if if you're missing major components of an internal combustion engine and you just fucking slide by, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's got to be an assembly, like I said.
Yeah, that's just our opinion. We could be wrong.
Don't even sweat it, Fish.
Secondly, I'm a poser, just here for Instagram clout and rip people off. I would say I disagree. I strongly disagree. Yeah. This motherfucker builds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He builds.
We know that's
bikes,
not true,
bro. You ain't no poser. Yeah. He works at Harley. He lives and breathes motorcycles, and he's
literally
not chasing clout on Instagram. He just has cool bikes and funny posts and stuff.
He just said that so that we would say nice things about him.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's your real sin, is fishing for compliments.
Yeah, fishing.
Change your Instagram handle. Fishing for compliments. All right, Mikey Vesely, my favorite bike by a mile is my Yamaha Tenere 700. Is that French?
Tenere, I think it's pronounced Tenere, but anyways.
Tenere? I've never even heard of it, dude.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it looks like, but I assume it's not.
Yamaha Tenere? I'll have to look it up. But
chopper-esque bike. But here's, someone told me this a while back, because I used to say this all the time. Like, I had guilty pleasures for like music. Like, there are bands, I'll just put them out there. Like Avenged Sevenfold. There's a couple of Avenged Sevenfold songs I fucking love. And like, same with Ghost. There's 1 or 2 songs I like by Ghost. Otherwise, I would never admit that in fucking public because they're my guilty pleasures. But someone was like, I think they actually said it on the Hard Lore podcast. They're like, fuck guilty pleasures. You like what you like. If you like that kind of music, it is what it is. And then I saw something today. It was like, if I like it, it goes in the soup. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't care what genre it is or if people think it's cool. So fuck guilty pleasures. Like, if
there's
you're a chopper
less
dude,
cool than caring what people think about what you like.
Right. You're a chopper dude and you got the bar and shield or whatever here. That doesn't mean that you're not allowed to also like fucking metric bikes. That's totally cool. And I'm not saying that's what Mikey's saying here, but fuck a guilty pleasure, man. You like what you like.
Or whatever. It's like a dual sport or whatever.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or even a dirt. It looks kind of like a dirt bike. I think it might be a dual sport or something.
I mean, I know plenty of people that ride, was it the the GSs or whatever. I think it's a BMW. My buddy Perry rides one. He's ridden it literally all over the entire country, and they're fucking bulletproof and they're fast and they can do it all. They can do road, they can do dirt. So I don't know. I'm not familiar at all, but
dude, pull up to whatever fucking function in whatever fucking ride you love the most, dude. And again, the most important thing is to just actually be present yourself. You're more important than the bike. Okay.
You're going to a chopper show, not a Harley show.
Yeah.
Remember that. They're chopper shows, they're motorcycle shows. They're not called Harley shows.
All right, we got E. Rappaport. Forgive me, chop fathers, for I am about to sin again. I'm looking at another Ironhead. I swore that I was done, but goddamn, they're cool looking engines. I won't disagree with that. And a lot of Ironhead sinning going on. It's okay.
I
think it's okay.
Guilty consciences is more like it. Yeah.
I don't think anybody. Part of the reason I want to get another Ironhead is just because I haven't actually really struggled. You know, I had that 1980 and I fucked it up, but not so bad. Like if I had one now, I could definitely have repaired what I fucked up about it, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know how bad they actually are because I've never actually had to do it.
Yeah. Also, I feel like my own personal interpretation is that Ironheads skirt the Sportster as a girl's bike thing. I feel like, I mean, you see Ironheads in big shows all the time. Divorced Ironheads, not divorced Ironheads, you know, mags, not mags. I feel like Ironheads, if you can get one, make it look cool and it actually runs and
they're cooler
really
looking
well,
than Evo Sportsters.
I agree. I also think that like just perception wise, they've slid under that radar, you know, the Sportster radar. They're an Ironhead. They're not necessarily like, you don't call them a Sportster. When I say the word Sportster, I think of Evolution and beyond. I don't think of Ironhead, truthfully, because I feel like Ironhead has cut its own thing where I feel like people hate them because they fucking suck to work on and hardly ever run, but people like them because they're cool. It's just a fucking baby shovel head with a transmission built into it.
If you, sick. Dude, fucking Kick Me Customs. His fucking Ironhead runs like a top.
Yeah.
He was plowing through a tornado with us, dude. And I think he fucking pulled over once because a wire came loose or whatever in a fucking tsunami.
Out to Deadbeat that year, right?
Surfing on this fucking tidal wave, dude. And that's when he had to pull over because a fucking wire came loose. But he rode that thing all the way to New York and kept up with all of us. I think it was on my Softail too.
Yeah, dude. If you, like I said, if you can get them dialed and shit, I think that's the respect point is like, oh, you got this thing dialed and you made it real nice. With an Evolution, it's like you fucking put marbles in the cylinders. It's going to run. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of where it loses. Like the reliability almost is what is betraying the Evolution Sportster platform because it's so reliable. Everybody's like,
you don't have
which
to
is
do the fucking regular maintenance and all that bullshit.
Yeah, it's back asswards as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Why the fuck would you rep I don't know. It's just chopper mentality. It's just how we are. Always the hard way.
I wish I had my Evo Sport, my 03 back. It's for sale on Marketplace for way too much money. But if he ever gets out of La La Land and drops it back down to what I sold it for, I would buy it back. I might even just be like, yo, I'll buy that back for what you sold it to me for. I'm sure it doesn't have thousands of more miles on it, you know?
Right.
All right. Dewey things. He's got a couple here. Big twin Evos are going to be the new shovel heads.
Of course.
Yeah.
They're next.
Yeah. They're shovel heads. Some people are just getting priced out. And if you want a big twin, I mean, you can mate it with a ratchet top or cow pie or cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool shit and it's a great engine. So I don't think it'll ever be the new shovel head.
I do.
You think it will?
Well, the new shovel head as in like there absolutely will, as there have been for every other platform of
I guess no, you're right.
Existed.
Yeah,
eventually it is going to be.
It used to be knuckle. It used to be pan. Right. Then it was shovel.
Yeah, I mean, I already think, and there's an Instagram page called this that Evo is the new old school. I mean, it's just that's how it goes.
Like after a certain point, dude.
You know, they're old. Yeah,
by law, in 1984.
Yeah. 1984. That's fucking what?
43 years?
Something. Yeah.
42
40
years?
something fucking years. That's old as shit. That's old enough to get an antique plate in New Hampshire like twice over. So,
it's 20 years
fucking
I think,
old
for an antique plate.
Yeah. It's an old setup. It is what it is. I don't know. I mean, and they're strong, they're reliable, they're fucking tractor motors, dude.
Number 2, make choppers exclusive again. Choppers ain't for everyone, but there's a home on the island of misfit toys for somebody. I don't think choppers are for everybody. I do like certain things being exclusive. Like, I think if you want exclusivity, you should make something. Like, I've talked about this before, is like make something exclusive. Do like a chopper camp out where you have to ride a hardtail chopper. It has to be a certain fucking like there's shows 84 and more or whatever, and like you can make it
Shovel
exclusive.
Fest.
But the other side of that is I think that everybody should get into choppers. I don't care if you black, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Haitian. I don't give a fuck if you're a girl or boy or in between. Like, if you want to build choppers, whatever that means to you, if it has a fucking swing arm or if it's a fucking mini bike or if it's a fucking metric or whatever the fuck you're into, get into customizing motorcycles, you know? And if choppers is what you're calling it, like, I think everybody should be involved in it, you know?
For sure.
I do also like the exclusivity piece, but that's niche stuff that you should do, you know? Like, you should make that. I would be at that. I would love a only big twin chopper camp out. You can't bring a van, you can't bring the fucking, but you have to do it. You know, you have to put that shit on because it's going to be exclusive. Like, what's fucking the bad boy retreat and shit that fucking Oxford and shit we're doing, you know, like that's just for badass chopper dudes. Like, you
and
can't,
dudes that they invite. Like, it's very fucking exclusive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could reach out and ask to go, but they might not get back to you. Like,
yeah. Like, if you ride and even when me and Dan were gonna go out to that shit, they're like, you got to keep up, bitches.
Straight up, they were like, can your shit
keep up?
Your shit has to keep up, or we will fucking leave you. Like, this isn't that ride. You know what I mean? They were fucking,
and that's
going.
fucking cool.
And that's dude, that's the shit.
So I think
as far as
it's both exclusivity and inclusivity.
Yeah, my take is there's enough exclusivity already in choppers inherently. Based on what it is right now, I'm not saying that I want any of that to go away. I want the exclusivity to remain. I don't think that you should be fresh off the fucking, you just saw your first episode of Sons of Anarchy or something, and you come in and, you know, choppers, and you want to be the mayor and change everything and demand.
You want to be the mayor of Chopperville.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that. I don't want any of that shit.
I think that's a separate thing too. That's just being a culture vulture. You know, you're like,
exactly.
You show up and you're just like, you got the vest, you got the fucking, you know, you got a patch on lowbrow, and you got like 6 of them. And, you know, it's whatever. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I was that guy too. At one point, I was
everybody was.
I was a fucking lame ass motherfucker that showed up with a bunch of patches on his vest, and I had my fucking stupid sporty chop that had bolts all over it because I didn't know how to fucking weld. You got to start somewhere, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
100%.
if you're at a certain level, you can make exclusive places for exclusive people to. Trog's one of those things, I feel, you know, like the people involved in the show and shit. It's like, that shit's old school shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're not just taking any geek off the street, but at the same time, you want to bring new people in too. So you want to challenge people, but you want to bring new people in. That, you know, for sure. And I'm always conflicted because our show, I'm like open arms, you know, and sometimes it bites us in the buns because you get some weirdos hanging out or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, take the crunchy with the smooth, homie.
For sure. 100%. Like I said, my opinion is there's enough exclusivity. It's a chopper show. It's not a bike show. You know what I mean? Like, this is a chopper build off. When you go to a chopper show, there's usually 2 signs that say choppers this way, not choppers that way. Like, that's exclusivity. If you need to be exclusive to people just because you feel like they're not as good as you, I don't like you.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm here for.
I
don't think there's the people come first, right? Obviously you want good people at your shit, but if you're like trying already to push people out of this shit, then you're not being a good bastion of this fucking thing. You know what I mean?
And also, like, it's don't automatically like write people off because they're not as cool as you, because I wasn't born cool, dude. I had to work my whole life to become as cool as I am. Now I'm the coolest motherfucker in the world, dude. But it took me decades, dude, to be this cool. Like, I'll look back at my 16, 17-year-old self. I was a fucking loser, dude. I'll look back at my 25-year-old self. fucking loser, dude. Now I'm the coolest guy in the world. But it took a lot of hard work. Let's roll into his third part, because after this, I'm going to read one of the private DMs that I got.
Yeah.
To get really juicy, so stay tuned for the tea. But his third point is too many chopper posers chasing clout on social media, projecting an image they remotely aren't. Just fucking be yourself, even if you got a touch of the tism. I agree with the second part there. I agree with all of it.
Me too.
There's nothing lamer than pretending to be something that you're not to get Instagram likes or fucking TikTok likes. Social media is not cool. We do it because we have to reach people. That's the only reason we do it. If you take it too seriously, or you're portraying yourself as something that you're not, that's fucking lame. You should be humble. You should be self-degradating. Like, you should make fun of yourself. You should be like, I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I suck.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little bit of fucking humility. Be like, show people that you're not. If you're never do anything wrong, and your bikes are immaculate and you always look great, like, I don't trust you. I'm not gonna be your homie, dude. Like, dude, like, I snot rock. I don't blow my nose in a fucking Kleenex, bro. You know what I mean? But also be yourself. If you're a weirdo, dude, I love weirdos, dude. I love people that are unique and look different and act different. And those are personalities you want to be around. Who wants to be around someone that's just cool, dude? You're going to goof around with someone that takes themselves seriously, dude? What the fuck? All right, I gotta get into this, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. This is anonymous. And it was just, this is a good spot to do it, because it goes into this fucking poser bullshit. But I'm not going to say, because it's anonymous, who said it. I'm also not going to say who it is that we're talking about. Okay. And you don't really need to know. It's just, you'll see it. You'll know it when you see it. But this just reaffirms what we all knew was going on. All right. So this person reached out. I usually keep my guard up when it comes to making friends on social media. But for once, I decided to ignore my gut and give this girl from Instagram a real chance. At the time, she was supposedly building her own chopper. Anyone who builds knows how much respect that commands. So I wanted to support another builder. I went entirely out of my way to help her get her project off the ground, hooking her up with sweet deals, parts, sharing knowledge, pouring real efforts into seeing her succeed. Then the cracks started to show. Turned out her entire persona was smoke and mirrors. Didn't even have a motorcycle license. Didn't know how to ride. Bike barely ran. I think she only sat on it twice while it was moving. Yet her feed made it look like she was living and breathing the lifestyle every single day. The internet bought it completely. She even managed to parlay that manufactured image into an official invitation at a major show, one that I really wanted to be a part of. The absolute kicker came right after she got invited to this show. She turned around and asked me to build the bike for her to display under her name at the show. That was the exact moment the friendship died. Yes, this is so disgusting to me, because this is what everybody knows is happening, And the thing that sucks is there's so many people that are fooled by it, that you can do it. You can do the pictures, do the little photo montages, the videos and stuff, all the hashtags. And then people buy it hook, line, and sinker. And they're like, especially the thing that makes it especially insulting to me too, is that, like, it's a girl that's doing it. And it's like, how hard some of these girls work to get accepted into these chopper shows. Like, dude, we're like the Idle Hand Show, by the way. We transcend genres as we create them, but it's about 10% ladies, Motherfuckers that are building their shit in a garage. Honest to goodness fucking hard work, dude. So much respect.
Fatherfuckers.
Yeah, some bad fatherfuckers, dude. And you know what? They're going to have to work twice as hard as some fucking bucktooth hillbilly to get any respect around here, because everybody thinks they're just doing it for clout. So to see this, really, like, it's like we all suspected it, and then it's actually real, and it's like, fuck you. Fuck you for doing that.
Honestly, when you boil it down, like the names of who is actually involved here are irrelevant because this is happening all over the place. It doesn't insert name here. It doesn't fucking matter. But also like the gender really doesn't fucking matter here either because that's definitely happening with fucking dudes too. Like there's definitely dudes out there that are claiming shit that they didn't fucking do and like just backward shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's happening.
Get out of it.
And it's one of those things.
Get a different hobby.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
If you aren't about it, there's other fucking shit you can co-op and get rich off of.
Here's the deal, dude. Not to be 1984 about it, but that's gonna fucking be there regardless, no matter fucking what. With Instagram and TikTok and all that other fucking bullshit, if you're especially if you're a half decent looking person and you have some charisma about you, you can gain a following real fucking fast. And there's no vetting process. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm gonna start an Instagram next week. I'm a makeup artist, and I'll just fucking have my wife do my makeup and then edit it, and then I'll be fucking, it's bullshit. It's smoke and mirrors. What I would say is
part of the fucking social media playbook is to find a niche. You know what 100%. I mean? So it's like, all right, are you going to be into choppers? Are you going to be into tattoos? Are you going to be the fucking horsies?
Yep, for sure. So it's one of those things where rather than I try not to focus on they're fucking killing our scene, whatever, because the majority of people know that that's happening and discount these people. What I would say is, as a consumer of the social medias, just bear in mind that these people who you emulate and look up to and think are gorgeous and have the coolest bikes and whatever, living the lifestyle that you dream of, probably aren't, or definitely aren't to the extent that you are. Like, unless they're fucking Danger Dan and chicken fried choppers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, those motherfuckers are doing it. They're doing what they're fucking doing every fucking day to the max. Like, those dudes are doing exactly what you see on the fucking internet. You know what I mean? Because they're posting it every day as they're fucking doing it. You know, and there's a million fucking people to verify
Haley, dude,
doing
our fucking
Haley,
our illustrious judge, dude. She's like
100%.
She really fucking does shit, dude. You know?
Yeah, dude. Yep, absolutely. She's out in the fucking garage doing shit every fucking day, dude. Every day she's got and I learn something from her every fucking time. So I would caution you as a consumer.
They expose themselves eventually. You know what I mean?
Take it with a grain of salt. Find the patterns. That's what I want to say, to borrow from truth. Just look for the patterns. You'll notice the patterns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And show up at the shows and see who the fuck is there. Because if you go to shows, those people, they're pretty fucking dedicated. If they're in a show, I mean, talk about bike building and shit. And you can tell of it if they've never been in a bike before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. This next one is great too.
Wait, is it Ray's? Can I read Ray's?
What's up?
I'm going to read Ray's. Before we quit, can I read Ray's? I want to read Ray's.
Yeah,
read
Ray's.
That has to be on this episode.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. When I get to Ray's, we'll get it. Because I don't want to get... We're going to do lightning round right now.
Dude, my shit's so backward from your fucking order.
So,
it's crazy.
All right. Rogers 4612. My wife doesn't really know how much I have tied up in bikes and parts. Nobody better fucking tell her. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that Snap-on bill, fucking Cornwell bill. Yeah.
Yeah, that is real.
It's a universal thing, I think.
Yeah, I don't even have all the fucking
comments.
It like changed as I was doing it.
Yeah, I remember last time we did it. Oh, I've got at least a couple more.
Yeah, you got it on your phone, right?
Yep, I got it right here on my phone. All right. Yeah, we ready for Ray's? Because this one's fucking...
Yeah, you're going to have to take over. That's all I have
like a motherfucker
for some reason.
That's cool. I've got plenty. All right. Almost commented Ricky Muffin top an accent. All right. Listen to this.
Ray's coming in hot, dude. He's a hot
This is a good one. Sit the fuck down for this one. And if you get offended by this, then change your fucking behavior. Ray says, unpopular opinions? A well-executed frame-up build with rear suspension is more of a chopper than 90% of Sportster choppers out there. Fuck, it's not a chopper if it's got a swing arm. How about just because it's got a hardtail doesn't mean it's a chopper? Fucking boom.
Mic drop.
He continues to say, buying a hardtail kit and then bolting on half of TC Bros and Lowbrow's catalog, not talking shit about any manufacturers, without actually doing anything to make it your own ain't shit, son. There are many amazing sporty builds that I've seen over the years. I love me some 4cam action, But if the extent of your fabrication, innovation, planning, mechanical design, and effort was the hardtail kit, making some shitty brake linkages, slapping on rabbit ears, and picking out a timing cover with a sassy little saying on it, you ain't trying hard enough to build something original, and it shouldn't deserve the moniker of chopper. Come on,
I think
kids,
he had a
tell
couple
me how
of
I'm wrong.
IPAs before he let loose on that one.
I'm fucking glad he did, because that's a great way to say it. And we just talked about this last week. I'm not talking shit about a Sportster chopper at fucking all. And I don't want to hear that shit. I'm talking about the Sportster chopper that you see on a fuckload of social media chopper influencers. It's the catalog bike. It is what it is.
It's harder to make a swing arm chopper than it is to make a hardtail chopper, because with a hardtail, you start with nothing and you just have to, to make things work is harder than to create something new. And then the other point that he made is, that motherfucker's elbows deep in his fucking bikes all the time. He's the shovel head slayer, dude.
Yeah,
he can't go on a trip without blowing a fucking gasket or a piston or fucking something, dude. And he tears that fucking shit apart and builds it back up. So he's really doing it. I like that one a lot. It's just like, everybody sit the fuck down with your goddamn strong opinions on shit, dude. Like, what?
That's a good strong opinion.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, the whole what is a chopper versus what is a bobber versus what.
It's so played out. It's so stupid.
Those are words. Those are fucking words. That's all they are. Words are all made up. Every single word is made up. So fuck all that shit. But I like the way he worded all of that, because he's not talking shit about someone in particular that he has a problem with. There is a whole subset of choppers right now that is this exact Sportster that he's talking about, and it doesn't even have to have the same fucking parts on it. And there's a trend that seems to collate here, where one of those Sportsters is assembled into existence, and then there's usually an LLC that follows pretty fucking close after that, and it's like, whoa,
so and so's chop shop after you build one Sportster.
Yeah. One Sportster.
That's a red flag right there.
It doesn't care. It doesn't matter that it's a Sportster. The fucking bike is irrelevant. I built one fucking panhead. You know what I mean? And then I started. Either way, one's not enough. It's just, it kind of seems like the easy inroad to becoming a chopper influencer lately. You know what I mean? If you're a dude, especially if you're not a great looking dude, go build a fucking Sportster chopper and put cool parts on it and whatever. And
yeah,
you have a shot.
I mean, yeah, this show wouldn't have the following that it does if I wasn't so goddamn sexy. And we lost a lot of our viewership when we went to video and Dan joined, because he's ugly as sin. But
sorry.
I mean, we literally lost 5% of our Lady Low Life listeners when we went video Dan. So I'm sorry, guys, but
story of my fucking life.
Just kidding. Dan, you're handsome, Dan. You're dapper, Dan. We actually went up, by the way, just to set the record straight. Lady Lowlifes went up to 5%. When it was me and Loctite, we were at like 1.7% Lady Lowlifes. And then it skyrocketed when Dan joined.
Yeah, well, don't tell my wife. I'm married. Leave me alone. I'm just kidding. Nobody fucks with me. All right, next one. Rat with Paint says, I like front brakes. Fuck yeah, dude. Absolutely.
All my bikes have front brakes.
I love front brakes. One of my bikes has front brakes.
All my bikes will always have front brakes. I might even add like another brake. My twin cam that I just built has 2 front brakes. I kind of like it.
I like dual disc a lot. Single disc is all right on a type of bike for me. Again, this is all fucking, it's what you like. But yeah, dude, I fucking love front brakes.
Yeah, you lose
I love
no
front
points
brakes
for
living in
having a
New
front
England.
brake.
No. Hell, you don't gain any, in my opinion, you don't gain any from losing your brake either. You know what I mean? Like at first, when I first started getting into this, I used to put a lot of credence into, he took his front brake off, because I hadn't really ridden with no front brake. So I thought it was a lot scarier than it is. And yeah, it can get scary.
It's a hill holder.
But it ain't once you're used
to hill holder.
Yeah, once you're used to it, it is. The front, having a front brake for hill holding is fucking clutch as fuck. No pun intended.
But you don't use it when you're riding on surface roads and on the highway and shit.
No.
Like,
especially once you've ingrained in your head that you're only using your foot, you're only using the rear brake or whatever.
I would say
the front one literally
they have some great front brakes that don't look like fucking horrendous bullshit that Harley was putting on there in the 80s, dude. I mean, get an updated front brake and run it, dude. Or a drum front brake or something, like mini drum. Those look sick.
Mini drum. I forget who it was. was it Pangea or something? I think Pangea Speed, Andy might have made a mini front disc brake. It was like
mini
the
front
disc
yeah.
itself.
They have those too.
It was only like
they're like
4 inches in
yeah.
diameter. Yeah, they're fucking tiny. But
They're
for
expensive.
a hill holder, dude, that's fucking perfect. Oh yeah, of course.
But the other thing that you can do too, you know, like on my shovel head, I did the remote master cylinder and a cable actually, and that's cool stuff that you can do. That
right. That's also trick.
It looks
shit.
cool and it's trick and it's custom and I don't know. It's hard. It's easy to lose the front brake, and it does look better.
That doesn't come in a kit from a website. You can't order that on Deadbeat or, you know what I mean? Like to do all of that work, you can't just buy a kit and then it bolts to your bike to hide your master cylinder underneath your gas tank tunnel or to hide it underneath your frame or whatever. That's what we're talking about. That's what Ray's talking about. Fucking hide your master cylinder rather than just buying one and putting it on your fucking handlebars. Hide one. You know what I mean? We're not saying
don't
you
spend
have to be
$700 on the Craft Tech fucking whatever. Like, make one yourself, you know, like, or alter one that you have. Like that's what we're talking about is like, get creative. Don't be spendy with choppers, you know, like spend money on things that you have to buy. Like if you have to buy, you know, like you want a reliable ignition system, you want to go, you know, like buy that, spend money on that. Don't spend money on fucking things that you're just bolting on your handlebars. You know, that's too easy.
Yeah. Next, Leftover XS, another idle hands builder, says, I ride tires till you can see the tube through the dry rot cracks.
Yeah.
Goddamn. That's fucking legit. I know Clay's got one in here too.
I do that on cars. I don't do that on bikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
My cars, dude, right now, they're like, I wait until strangers come up to me and go, your tires are bald. Like at the gas station, they'll be like, they're worried about my safety. That's when I'm like, I should think about going and getting some new tires.
Yeah, for sure. I've gotten more strict about that as I've gotten older and had children and shit. I don't mess with that. Next one, White Trash, White Rice. One of our judges, Clay Crick, says, ratchet top transmissions are overpriced, and that's the reason I keep buying Sportsters and metric bikes. Can't nobody blame you, dog. That shit, you're not wrong.
Expensive.
I've been in fits of rage and desperation. I've been looking for 4-speed ratchet tops online just so I could fucking chuck one in the pan and see what happens. Not a chance, dude. Not a fucking chance.
What's the going rate these days?
Dude, I've seen an empty case, an empty 4-speed case for $1,700.
What the fuck, dude?
I'm not interested in that. And I've seen assembled for fucking Sportster prices, like Evo Sportster prices. Yeah, more than that. 3 and more. Yeah, for
3 and up
assembled
for
ratchet top for an assembled ratchet top transmission. Yeah. So
cow pies, you could probably find at a swap meet for $900.
I would at a swap meet. If you're getting a cow pie for more than $500 at a swap meet, you're getting fucking hosed.
Are you going to the Keene swap meet next month? It's at the end of September.
I thought it was in October. Yeah, I mean, it's not the same weekend as Glory Days, right?
No. It's like the last Sunday or whatever.
Okay, sick. Then yeah, as long as I don't have anything conflicting.
I might even do a camp out. My brother lives in Keene now. Might make a thing of it. Get there early. Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Fun.
I get that Sportster running, then I can fucking ride it out there. That'd be sick.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say, but I'm back to fucking dude. The next like 4 or 5 weeks are insane. I've got like 3 fucking weddings in the next month.
What,
dude? I'm so
you getting too old for this shit.
I'm so upset. One of them isn't someone that I know very well. Not looking forward to that one, but one of them is someone who I do know well. I used to live with, so I am looking forward to that one.
Yeah, weddings are fun if you're boys with the groom or the
and that one's like at his house that we used to live at. Like they got a pool and whatever with his kid. Like all of our, so it's more like a fucking barbecue than they're just gonna have a wedding.
I like weddings at houses because when you go to a venue, they have a bunch of rules. You know, you go to someone's house, you can do whatever you want, dude. It's private property. And the police are not welcome.
I feel less likely to do crazy shit or whatever at someone's home than at a venue. At a venue, fuck off, dude. Like, if at a person's house, I don't want to fuck up a person's house.
I'm not gonna fuck it up
at their wedding.
I'm gonna get fucked up though.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, see, you're the kind of person that can get fucked up, and then things don't get fucked up. I wasn't always.
You turn into a werewolf.
I used to. A very angry little werewolf. Didn't make a lot of damage, but I'd make some damage. All right, Travis Morton. This is one of my favorite ones. I have gotten off my bike and just walked away without putting the kickstand down too many times to count. I've never witnessed this. I've never done that. Travis, that's fucking hilarious.
That's unique to you, dude.
Yep, I think that might just be you, my man.
I get neurotic about that shit, dude. I'm like, make sure that like everything's off and the kickstand's down and it's not sinking too much. Like,
yeah.
That's my biggest fear is I put the kickstand down, I'm in grass or something, and it fucking just sinks.
Yeah, and hits another bike or fucking whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could understand, like, didn't put the kickstand down all the way. I've done that a couple times and then realized it and caught it, or the bike jostles and you fucking catch it the last second. But I've never just straight up
walked away and then you just hear a crash as you're walking away. You know, it would be pimp as fuck, dude. Next time you do that, don't even look back.
Dude, just leave it.
Keep on walking.
Yeah, I did that on
like
purpose.
You meant to do it.
Like a BMX bike, dude. That's what I'm picturing in my head is doing, like, you just walk up and just fucking drop your whole ass motorcycle.
You hop off it as you're rolling up to a stop, and you don't even stop it completely. You jump off it, and you just let it crash to the fucking ground. And then you go and you grab a beer out of the cooler and shotgun that shit without looking back.
Yeah, dude. So fucking good.
Bonus points if your bike explodes and you walk away in slow motion and there's an explosion going on behind you.
100%, dude. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Ricky Muffin Top. This is another good one. In
we gotta
2014,
have him on the show. He's a barrel of monkeys, that dude.
I know. I'm surprised we haven't. Yeah, 100%. That dude, he's the fucking man. So he says, in 2014, while living in Key West, Florida, I shit my pants on my recliner just feet away from the bathroom. It was so embarrassing. I still think about it today.
You're going to need to take 4 shots of Malört for that one, buddy.
Oh, that's...
And it'll probably end up you shitting your pants again, but...
100%, dude.
That's rough,
I have
dude.
a confession. I have a confession on that one. It actually happens to be, I think, one of my funnier stories, if you'll permit me. I'll keep it short. My first deployment in Saudi Arabia, and we had on one side of the base, there was the community center or whatever, where they had, the exercise rooms and whatever else and shit, places you could hang out and whatever. So me and some of my buddies were hanging out there, whatever, and I'm sitting in a chair like this and thinking it would be funny. I pulled both of my legs up like this, and I'm hugging both of my legs. So I'm fucking like wide open. I'm wearing these khaki shorts, and I went to push out a fart, and straight up, same thing. Shit, filled my fucking pants with shit. And
like
it was all like fucking, dude, no, like it weren't solid no more.
It was a vapor?
I'm eating fucking MREs and I'm eating fucking chow hall food in the Middle East. So there wasn't a solid shit for a long time, except for the MREs. They'd help. But so not only did one of my buddies, I don't have the video. I don't know how to get the video. Otherwise I would produce it. I promise.
There's a video of this?
Someone happened to be taking a Snapchat that was sitting across from me. So that he wasn't filming me. He was filming just, us chilling, and got it. And you could see the look. I pull up my legs and I'm like, I'm going to fart. And you can see me go from this to like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? And he got it, dude. Everybody right off the rip saw it, fucking picked it up right away. Like, he fucking shit his pants. And then because I'm wearing khaki shorts, I stood up. So we're literally on the opposite side of the base from where we were lodging. Like, I had to walk. I had to do the fucking pull my fucking pants away from my ass and fucking waddle all the way back to the other side of the base. And the whole time all my buddies like, you could see it. You could see the shit stain in his fucking khakis, dude. It was talking about a walk of shame.
The worst pant to shit in.
Yep. That is actually, I believe that is the very first time I heard the don't trust a fart saying. I think that was it. 2010, sometime in 2010 was the first time I heard that saying.
Too late.
Too little, too late, dude.
About a week prior.
Yep. So there's that. All right.
Hold on. I got a quick. The last time I shit my pants was in 2nd grade. Not joking.
You need to. Those are rookie numbers, dude. I've talked to not for nothing. I've talked to a bunch of people in person that have been like, "Hey, I agree with you. You definitely get more than 2 a year to fucking
2 a year is a
shart,
dude." The last time I shit my pants was in 2nd grade.
No, I'm talking a shart. I'm talking a shart. I'm talking you go to fart and a little bit of poop comes out. I'm not like diarrhea. I'm not talking about
I'm still staunchly in the 2 a year camp. If you're doing it more than two a year sharts, dude, that's way too much.
I'm gonna ask my doctor.
You're eating way too many hot dogs is the problem. You need some more roughage, some greenery or something. But
dude, oh my God.
Let me tell my story real quick. Shitting my pants. Last time I shit my pants full load. Okay? Not a shart, full load. 2nd grade. I shit my pants coming in from recess. You're a 2nd grader, dude. Don't have a very strong sphincter. I don't know what it was. Shit my pants. I didn't know what to do. I'm in 2nd grade, dude. We're at story time. We're sitting in like a circle, and we're sitting Indian style. And the kid across from me, Josh Blaney, he crawls across the circle and he comes up to me and goes, "You pissed your pants." So I pissed and shit my pants. So I had a big stain, like a piss stain on the front. And I was like, "No, I didn't." And in my head, I go, "I didn't piss my pants. I shit my pants." Josh Blaney.
Yeah. This is worse than you know.
I excused myself to the bathroom finally. I was just going to sit and listen to a story, I guess, with a load full of shit. And I cleaned up all right for a 2nd grader, and then I went back, but still covered in piss. But that was the last time I shit my pants. All right, next one. We just lost 0.5% of our low-life lady listeners. Unless you guys are into this stuff. I don't know.
Not for nothing, ladies. We know you shit your pants too.
No, they poop bubble gum.
True. Little rabbit bubblegum poop.
That's where bubblegum come from.
All right, next one. Revenant choppers. I spent months trying to make my bike run right. Rewired the bike, tore it down, went through it over and over. Couldn't sort it out. Took it to Fat Man Custom Motors and he knew it was wrong in 10 seconds. I somehow put in a part of the ignition that could only go in one way, the wrong way. Turned it around and bike ran great. Fat Man says shit happens. For sure. It is what it is, dude. We've all heard my story of putting a fucking rag in the oil tank. I have two confessions before we close, actually. I have that directly correlate to you. That just
want to do it now?
Me. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I don't want you to forget.
We're already damn near an hour and a half. We might have to pick this up next time because we still have quite a few. There are actually quite a few. And we haven't even gone, we could have gone a lot further. There's a bunch of comments on some of these too. All right.
Should we do a part 2 next week?
I mean, even if not next week, I think this would be fun to just pick this up every once in a while. I think, if you guys dig this, let us know. This could be like an occasional, it doesn't even have to end up being its own episode. It could just be a segment. We read off a couple every once in a while. I don't know.
I'll do a part 2, dude. We got fucking 100 comments or some stupid shit,
Yeah. So keep them coming on that post. You know what I mean? If you got more, keep them coming. I mean, I don't think we'll have enough to fill an entire other episode. But either way, like I said, if we just stockpile them, send them to us in the DMs too, so we can have a stockpile.
Yeah, if you got some gnarly shit, dude, definitely give it in the DM. Give it hard in the DM.
And, right. Especially if you want it to be, and we swear on our lives and our families' lives that we will not out you under any form or fashion. So my 2 confessions, they are pretty bad as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know. We'll let the general populace decide.
I don't know if I'm going to forgive you or if you're going to burn in chopper hell forever.
They both have to do with your most recent paint job, my friend. The first one. So I initially
you rattle
used to fuck. I used to fuck. You rattle canned it, motherfucker. No, I didn't do that. You did that. No, I used a fucking paper cloth in your fucking one of your gas tanks and it fell into the gas tank and I considered leaving it there. I took it out. I got it out. But I fucking did it again. How stupid do you got to be? How many times have I said, don't use fucking, but they're split tanks. Here's my defense. They were split tanks on one side it has the fucking bung and the whole deal in there and you can put a rag in there and it'll sit because there's metal underneath. Well, I opened up the other one and there ain't that there. It's just a straight hole into the fucking tank. So I put the fucking rag in and it went boop and I was like, fuck. But I got it out. It's all good.
Wait, did I give you those with rags in the gas holes?
No. Just when I went to paint it, so that because I don't want paint to get into the gas bung.
I know, but I'm thinking did they have the blue rags that I had in there?
No, I don't think so. I
gotta shine a flashlight in there, dude, because there might be a couple of rags in there.
Well, I wonder if maybe you're not getting a good flow of fuel. I didn't see anything in there. If you put rags in, then I don't feel so bad. But I took the one out.
I'm going to double check, knowing what we know about what rags can do inside of a motorcycle. It doesn't hurt to shine a flashlight in there.
Don't use rags. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't like. As soon as it happened, I was like, I am the dumbest motherfucker.
How'd you fish it out?
Breathed oxygen with fucking giant ass vice grips and taking the tank and doing this a fucking bazillion times. Actually, no, I used long ass vice grips, or not vice grips, fucking needle nose, but I took my fucking air blower into the bung to blow it back where I could get it through the bung. Yeah, right. So I could actually access it. And then the second one, this one I feel it ended up being okay so far, at least.
You hit a dick somewhere in the paint job.
No, I would have told you about that. And not for nothing, I haven't not told you this because I'm like trying to hide it from you. I wanted to tell you, and every time I've thought about it, like the last time I thought about bringing it up was when we were talking about doing this episode and the concept of this episode. So I was like, nah, I got to save it. I got to do this. All right.
Let's hear it.
All right. So while I was doing your paint job, you had sent it to me in the rattle can, and then I did, before I put any acrylic urethane over it, I did a couple layers of clear coat over it just to give me a barrier that would play well with my color, my shit. So went in, mixed up my clear coat, blah, 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 filtered, strained it, all that shit, threw it in the gun, did my first coat, nice and easy, did a tack coat, waited a minute or two, did my first wet coat, beautiful. It's all fucking slicking out. And I remembered when I poured it into the cup and strained it, I was like, damn, that's like a little more watery than usual. And I reduced it, but a very, very, very little bit, just because I wanted to lay nice. It's just a flow coat. I just wanted a final coat of clear or two. So I'm like, damn, that shit's wetting out real fucking nice. I like that. And then I go back and I realized that I did your fender and both of the split tanks. I realized that I was going to need a little bit more to do one more coat. I wanted to do one more solid coat. So I went back and I went to mix up some clear coat, and I grabbed my thing of clear, and then I grabbed my thing of hardener, and I looked and went, that says primer. So I am using Omni's paint line. Every single one of their chemicals are labeled in the exact same colors and blah, blah, blah. There's a little thing that tells you it's MC fucking 270, whatever. That's what delineates what it is. And then there's a little line that tells you what exactly that chemical is. So I try really fucking hard. Like, I don't fuck around with chemicals just because they're chemicals. So I try really hard when I put my clear coat back, in my little fucking shelf, the clear coat and then the hardener, and they stay right there with them. I must have gone in there and mixed some shit around at some point or something, because I was using epoxy primer hardener in the clear coat. So I immediately like sheer panic. Granted, like at the very worst, if it didn't work, all I was really losing was the rattle can primer that you had done, because I'd have to sand it all off, and a little bit of the Bondo, but surely I could have saved some of the Bondo. You know what I mean? Do a quick skim coat. We would have been all right. So it's not like it would have ruined the entire fucking thing, but it would have given me a lot of extra fucking work. So obviously, I emptied everything out of that cup because I realized that shit was the wrong fucking chemical. And I stopped. I left it the fuck alone. I stopped there because I was like, I'm not going to put any more chemicals on top of this shit that could potentially react with each other now. Never mind the fucking substrate. So luckily, like, I almost considered going to church over this. I felt like I got so lucky, because usually this is not how this goes. I walked the fuck away. Crocodile tears all fucking night, whatever, figuring it was fucked. I came back in the morning and it was hard as a fucking coffin nail. And all of the clear that I poured back into the cup had solidified. It shrunk a little bit, but as a reminder, this is not the final coat of clear. This was the shit that I laid. This was the fucking, like, basically primer. I used it as primer. So yeah. I just happened to use the primer hardener. So what I am not saying, chopper people, that I know for a fact you all fucking heard me say, is that you can mix your fucking hardeners. Don't fucking do that. That's not what I'm saying. I got very motherfucking lucky. And not for nothing, as far as we're concerned, the first time he goes and takes that bike for a fucking ride, that paint job could come off in a sheet. We don't know. So I sanded it. I put tape on it. Whatever.
I'm sure it's fine. I bet the chopper gods blessed you that day, Danny.
I must have, man. I don't know. I think I cashed out the rest of my good karma that day, because like that never fucking happens to me. So yeah, remember when I said you always read your TDS? I was reading the TDS on my phone. I was just reading the TDS of the wrong goddamn chemical. So make sure you're reading the right chemical first.
That's a good
so
one,
those are my two confessions, and I don't have any Malört, but I'll figure something out.
I cleaned the garage and I found a bunch of Malört buried under
Sure
stuff.
you did.
So next time you come over, you can have your penance.
Very well.
All right. I think we're either, guys, you let us know if you want to do a part 2. Hit us up. We'll do a part 2. But there was just too many to get through. And I don't know what the fuck goes on with Instagram, but like, why would I only have that many and then you have so many more?
Yeah. And remember last time we did a Q&A, my shit just kept refreshing. So I was like damn near, I thought we had 100 questions left, but it was just the same questions redoing. So yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, if you guys have something fucking heinous, hit me in the DMs. We'll do some more chopper confessions. We'll absolve you of your sins. We are, of course, your messiahs.
God.
Of the low-life cult that I'm starting this year. Next year. We'll do 2027. I'd love to start a cult.
Got to catch the next fiscal year.
Yeah. No taxes, dude. I'm going to be tax-free next year. So we're going to be doing the cult of the low life or something like that. But to do that, we have to pray to something. So I say, what better than me and Danny?
I don't like that.
Well, I mean, you got to be kind of a scumbag to start a cult. All these cult leaders, dude, they're fucking scum. Have you ever heard of a cult with like a really great cult leader who's a good person?
No, I feel like cult.
Bag.
Yeah, I feel like cult gets thrown in as soon as it's negative. You know what I mean? As soon as there's any weird shit going on, it's like, that's not a community or a group. That's a cult now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to start here, guys. We have a movement. So get your family involved. There's going to be a heavy tithe to the cult. I don't want 10% of your income. I want 100%. Okay, so you're going to give everything to me. I'm going to start managing your money. Get rid of all your worldly possessions. Sell them off. You're not going to need it living on the compound. We're going to have to buy some land. That's the other thing. Start our own garden.
That's really easy to do.
Yeah, dude. It's super easy to start a cult, dude.
And buy land.
Let's shut her down, Danny. Let's shut her down.
That was a good one. That was a fun one. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you, everybody who participated. Let us know if you want a part 2. Get those fucking idle hand submissions in. I'm telling you this. This is a PSA. The rest of this year, if you don't get in, you're going to be lost. You're not going to be part of the greatest chopper event in the history of chopper events. You're going to be like, why didn't I get involved? Why did I puss out? Why did I suck? By the way, we still got like 28 states unrepresented. You guys saw that. I'm calling you out.
Wow. Yeah.
All through the fucking Midwest there.
I know, yeah. There's 2 strips through the Midwest that
I understand almost the far West, but the Midwest.
Yeah,
I thought you guys were chopper guys. What the fuck?
Ohio's got it for all of them, apparently.
Bruh. Anyways, get those fucking submissions in. Get in the fucking garage. Start building something, dude. Be cool. It's a cool hobby. You're gonna have something cool at the end of it. What are you doing? Get in trouble. Start a cult. Have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously and start being a fucking internet troll. And never fucking stop chopping. Never start chopping. If you don't start chopping, you're going to have a hell of a lot more money. I'll tell you that much.
For drugs.